Hello and welcome to Baduk One channel, and we're going to review a game between Sinan Djepov, 5-dan EGF from Bulgaria, and Elian Grigoriu, 4-dan EGF from Romania, and they played today. It was Globis Cup 2018 qualification, as you can see in the top of the SGF file. And today again we have a special guest, Benjamin Dréan-Guénaïzia from France, French champion 2017. Hello, Ben.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for this opportunity. We can start. Thank you.
Okay. Let's start then. So this is a pretty basic opening. Like this new Chimera is also a bit like AlphaGo style, but I mean it's quite common, I guess, to find it. No problem. So usually sometimes we can see this cut, but I always just take that one.
This one. Okay.
And black is supposed to end up in center.
Yes.
So actually, a common mistake I can often see with beginners is like they always want to exchange this. Sorry.
Yes, but these are co-threads, right?
Yeah, so like usually white has to defend also, like this. But actually, black just got 4 points plus it's an 8-point corner. And so like if I just go back. Actually, it will be also the same if white just blocks.
Okay.
And so if white makes this exchange, he'll lose one more stones. But if you just block like this, then actually you just lost one stone. And so it's actually almost same. Meaning it's like a 1 point difference, a 2 point difference. So actually, it's not much, but it's just a detail. But actually, the proper way is just to pull back here, and then maybe later you can have a F18 as sente.
Yes.
So it makes the upper side quite solid for white.
Okay.
So that's the proper joseki.
Okay. Thank you.
So in the game they cut like this, which also is possible.
But I think this cut in the game, it was also played by top professionals. I think even Lisedol did this. No.
No, of course. I mean, it's a cut you can see in some games, but just personally, I don't like it much. Okay. Just
I see.
But here, I was surprised that white cuts this way.
Usually Atari from bottom.
Yeah. Well, usually I like Atari, or sometimes you can see this fancy Geta.
Okay.
Like, so of course if you do like this, you know you are just captured. But you can have some Tesuji, like if you cut first. But even like this, the shape is not so pretty.
Okay.
So, but still of course there's still some agi, so it depends on the surroundings.
Okay.
But yeah, usually I feel like cutting this way leaves a bit too much agi. So usually I just prefer to atari this way.
Okay.
Or if white is solid, then you can just capture with this tesuji.
Thank you.
So yeah, this move I was a bit surprised. It feels too close to the F17 strength, because at any moment white can exchange this, which means that F18 doesn't work as a connection for black, because white can just play E18.
Yes.
So sorry, I would just I guess I would play maybe something more like this side of the so now of course if white just play here, then he can just easily extend. And also it can also give more agi if black gets that now.
Okay.
So I think I like this for black. And of course, if I guess white would go the other way, then you can also have the attach. So I think that's quite okay for black. So yeah, I was a bit surprised that black played so close to the f17.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. So yeah, this was interesting. First time I see this, I see maybe.
Yes, but I think it is from AlphaGo Teach tool.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I see.
With second line attachment.
Yeah, this type for me is a bit weird. Like, because I feel like so black just gets center, and so suddenly north upper side there is no potential left, and the right side for white is a bit weak. I mean, like the shape with P9 is really weird. And there's still the AG with E15 and the weak group on the bottom side, so I don't really like white here.
Okay.
And black has some solid points. So for me, maybe like this fancy stuff is nice, but I mean, like, for sure for me, white at some point I have to play this one. Maybe now it's a good time actually to play this one.
Okay.
And like black can do this, and I don't know, like do something about it. But like I think white really has to play on the upper side. And of course, at some point he has to defend the cutting points. Maybe play something like this, but I think that's needed. But yeah, I think like to let black wait, so yeah, to let black play that one, for me it's way too big. Okay, so this was really well. I don't know why he's trying to play so complicated. I think he could just go out, and maybe like if white to go out, then he can just aim for the corner. It's really big. So for me, I don't know, there is really no reason to play. So
yes, since black is okay with solid territory and already inside white's big potential, then simple solid play is okay, right?
Yeah, actually, even something maybe.
Yes.
Like
I wanted to ask. Even this is very nice for black.
Yeah, even so, I wouldn't mind, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, like this exchange and then the Sansan, that doesn't make really sense. And actually, suddenly white got a really nice influence.
Yes.
And now the P9 stone is working really well. I mean, in all the exchanges that he made on the right side. So yeah, I think like black got a bit played here. So maybe playing like solid and like no need maybe to approach this far, just like play very solid like this. I think it's enough. And still, white has to worry about E15 at some point. So I think it's pretty much okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna do this. But now I feel like black has to do something about the center. Maybe I would try to play something around here.
I have same feeling. Since white is super thick and his P9 stone is really nice.
And even like if white gets some moves on the left side, I don't think it's that big. So yeah, for me this is really not an important side at that moment. And suddenly after like I feel like black played way too deep.
Too deep, yes.
Black, sorry. Like so, yes, I'm like this move also okay. I mean, it's good to aim at the N15 because it's a cutting point, but you should just prepare. And like I think you are pretty happy if white just pulls back like this, and then you still have of course some USA here, and you can also do some pressuring here. So I think it's enough. And of course, you have still some moves here. So of course you should count. Yeah, the problem here is like black. So because like black lost his corner on the bottom left.
Yes.
So he should be a bit worried about points. But I think still there is no need to invade so deeply. But maybe actually black was a bit too nice with the invasion. Actually, that's also one of the reasons why I don't like this move, because it's not that big, and also it doesn't protect the corner.
Yes.
I mean, still, as we saw, white can still invade.
Yes, so maybe one space closer.
I mean, no. So actually, just as I was thinking, like, so now if let's say there is some sequence on the center, and white makes the same variations. Like, black almost got the same result as the game.
Yes.
But at least he got one free move in the center.
Yes. So his move, you mean c7 move from the game did nothing basically, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. Okay.
Because there was no potential for white anyway. I mean, like, at least white needs 2 moves to make some potential on the left side. And yeah, so I think he didn't, because like with the large shimmery, it didn't help to protect the corner. So yeah, for me this move works. Maybe not like a pass, but almost same effect as a pass. So yeah, like, I guess either if you really want to defend the center, maybe you can actually think about a move like this. Or yeah, you should at least now I think start to reduce the center. So yeah, yes. Sorry. And so yeah, now it's like a obvious answer for white to start pushing. And so yeah, now like all these weird moves, like way too deep. So really understand the. And yeah, so yeah, like somehow, okay, so black manages to make some kind of life, but like it's really bad life with very few points, and then it makes white very solid.
Yes.
Now, so yeah, it could like basically maybe black made, I don't know, like 5 points. But then also white became very thick in the center, and now the ag in e15 is almost dead. I mean, because now the black stone would be going nowhere. And of course white got center, so actually yeah, this move after is really nice. And then it becomes quite hard for black, I feel. But yeah, I don't know why he kept on going so deep. I mean, I guess it's still a playable game for black because he got some points, but now it's getting like, yeah, like very naturally now white would be making points. So yeah, I think like so this move and just the next move were and yeah, these 2 moves like N15 and O11 were the turning point of the game, because like before that I think black was still doing okay.
Okay, Ben, if black will honey from another side in the bottom left at b3.
You mean that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
that
happens?
would be a different kind of. So what would happen here?
Should white still cut? Same. Okay.
Now I'm thinking like something like this. I mean, like for sure, like white can either live in the corner or go out.
Maybe black was concerned that white can sacrifice cornerstones and build another thickness like he already did in all other corners.
Yeah, build the thickness or even cut the black stones. Like no, yeah. I mean, even something like this would be quite terrible for black.
Okay.
So of course, there is some counter possibilities, but like still now, white can also leave. So at least white can get something for sure. And so yeah, now after that, black has some solid points, but not that many points. Like he has 15 points bottom right, he has 15 points top right, he has 10 points plus. So total maybe black has 50 points, maybe a bit more. Let's say 55. But like white's potential is really big, so it should start to be a bit concerned about.
Okay.
But I think like maybe if black would play that one, white maybe would try something just like to test black's answer, and then maybe because like actually now if white makes like a move around here, it's getting pretty hard for black to reduce or even invade, and that's very solid points, because like the best now he can do for Yosei is something like this.
Okay.
And now it's like 40 points cash for white in like one move. And still there is potential for more.
Okay.
So it's getting hard for black. Yeah, so I think like black was way too soft on the upper side also. So, and yeah, after this shoulder hit, I think white got a clear advantage. Even though like maybe it's a bit too close. Like the idea of this move is nice, but maybe it's a bit too close to black's strengths. Maybe you could try something a little less ambitious. I don't know, like something maybe like this. Like to make it harder for black to even reduce. Like even if I do this now, he can just push black to his strengths.
Okay.
So maybe this was a bit too ambitious, because now it's getting a bit easier for black to reduce, like it did in the game. And you see, like in the end, actually, white has to do this second shoulder hit.
Yes.
So maybe like if he had just played something around here in the first place, it would be easier for him after to fight.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, after that, I don't really know why black is trying so hard. Maybe he could even just try another one like this. Okay, maybe this time white won't answer here, but he could just like do something like this, and then it's still a game, I feel.
Yes. Since black is fake, black can come out to his
Yeah,
strength.
that's why. Because like the sequence on the right was not optimal for black, but still he destroyed all the points. But yeah, so he made white really thick, but then white still has to build all the points. So black, yeah, is super thick, so he can try to do. So I mean, I still feel it's an even game, because white is so thick that it's not an easy invasion or even reduction for for black, sorry. But yeah, so that's why I don't understand this kind of moves after that.
Maybe he was just trying to play close to Agis to see what he can get.
Probably. It's a nice move.
Which move is nice?
I'm just capturing, I think. Sorry. This P, because yeah, it just it makes white even thicker, and then also it's good Yosei. So that's nice. And actually, it's even also it makes a white T13. Sorry, I show Sente. So that's even nicer, because now like the cut in S10 would be working. So like that's more points for black, because now he cannot cut. So yeah, I can show. Basically like that makes this Sente, which means that the connection for black at S16 doesn't work anymore.
Yes.
So it's a bit more points for white. That's a detail, but it's still some Yosei, so that's good to get.
I thought, Ben, I thought you meant since white will have a stone at T13, that he can cut at S10.
No,
but he will be damageable, like, right? I mean there is no agi if white will cut at S10 while having a stone at T13, right? Because white will be damageable.
No, because like if you just
can you show this, please?
Yeah, I show. Like if if you cut now, and I know like black right here.
Yes.
Then it's a core for like this.
Aha, so it is not Damezumari, yes, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
So it also works, okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's suddenly like T13 is quite big.
Yes, but it is core, right? Because black doesn't...
Yeah, it's core, but like it's like a kind of a free core for white.
For white, yes. Okay.
But yeah, here as we can see, like black is dying a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like a lot.
A bit dying, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, after that die, the game is over, I guess. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, so I think like he resigned like 2 moves later. Okay, so yeah, now here black resigns.
Mm-hmm. So maybe no need to answer J4 attachment. What do you think?
So, oops, sorry. J4. So which was J4? Oh, yeah, so this one.
Yes. Maybe just.
Oh yeah, I mean, like for sure, there's absolutely no time to enter that one.
Yes, maybe just play L11 area, and it is already very. I mean, stabilizing black invasion group,
yeah.
Plus reducing white points. No.
I was just wondering, like, actually, if he can maybe use the IG here, but I'm not sure because there's still some counter.
But what if simply play L11 or L10 or some move to reinforce his shape?
N11? When?
L London.
L11. Yeah. Like now I should try to do something. Because like now I don't think black can die.
Okay.
Because he can. I'm pretty sure you can make an eye around the N7 area because there is a lot of agin. Like there's also basically there is the cut here, and black can also get out here.
Yes, because I mean even if white will cut at H3, it doesn't stress base for black thickness, right?
Yeah,
I mean black is alive.
It's just some points for white. So after that, I guess white has to count. But like let's say somehow. Black leaves, so I don't really know how he can leave, but like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he can leave. But now actually on points, so black would be. Also, there is still some big moves like this. That's very big.
Yes, and
also it's base for black.
Yes, and I feel also there is some agi around N3 for black later because he can still extend.
Yeah, of course. Like once black leaves, I don't like once he's completely alive in the center, and then there's a lot of agi here. So that's why like the attachment in J4 is not so big. But like on points, well actually it didn't change much for black. He got some points on the right side. The center for the center I just took the most basic variations where like black makes around like 5 points, and bottom left it's pretty hard to count any point for black. So for now I just don't count anything. So like maybe like we can count.
I count around 55 for black.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
But actually, I do not know how many points I should count in the center for black. Maybe 5.
Yeah, I also count just 5.
Okay.
And white. Well, white has a lot of good Yosei. Okay. But actually, on solid points, white doesn't have much points. Maybe like 30 tops, and still there is some agi with the J3 stones, and as you said, the N3 invasion.
Yes.
So, but yeah, all the good Yosei is for white. So, I guess that's kind of an even game, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, like it was a bit. It feels like. Black played that game like he was always behind. I mean, like he played this really deep invasion, then he played this contact, then he answered. So I don't know, like, or maybe he was really. I mean, like this kind of move, this kind of 2 moves, it feels like he feels behind.
Okay.
But then after that, when he plays this, it feels like he's super confident that he will live in the center, or he thought maybe if he doesn't answer, he's behind. But I really don't think he's behind if he doesn't answer that. So.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, like after that capture is really, really big. So now it becomes really harder for black to live. But how to do? So you play that move. Is there a way to live?
I think black had more chances to build an eye in the bottom side, not in the top side.
Yeah, but I guess he counted that maybe if he doesn't answer, like if he plays something around here, just cutting. Because like suddenly like there's a lot of cash for
white.
For white, so I guess he counted that he had to answer. But yeah, it's hard to get something. Because yeah, like the P7 stones really changes a lot for white. Now the cut at O10 really doesn't work much. It's harder for black to get an eye. So I think probably this was the last losing move.
Okay.
But yeah, so before that, yeah, I feel like the main black mistakes were that one.
Okay.
So yeah, as I said, like also the very deep invasion.
Yes, and can you please show some alternative variation on the top side, because you said it is kind of slack. White got 2 feet.
So yeah, so well, as we said now, so yeah, you could just play simple. But if we played like as he played in the game, so oops, so yeah, you can play this one. So let's see what happens if he just takes Sansan. We can see what happens. I guess I would just play like this to get Sente. Like we could imagine something like this.
Yes. Maybe faster to space jump. No.
Yeah, very possible. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because like I think black wants to play moves. I mean, like he wants to keep the Agi in E15 alive. So if he manages like to have these kind of stones, later he can try something. So
can you show please for our Q level viewers how does it work? So it basically cuts out white top stones, right?
Yes, and like maybe we can imagine some counter Tsuji. So of course, like if black tries too much, but even if you just do all the Demisumari in the world, at some point you can see that white has too many cuts.
Yes.
And he also is threatened to be captured by his B13.
Yes.
So yeah, so basically like that's why I told you at the beginning of the game that I don't really like D14, because now if we imagine somehow that the white stone was here and black tries to get out, then at least the shape is a bit better for white because the stone is at C for 13, so at least it's already connected for
free stones.
And at least like now, white can pretty much escape easily. And so for me, that's quite a big difference.
Okay.
So that's why like during the whole game, getting out here is a really big burden for white. So that's also why like I really don't like the game where somehow white managed to connect. Like if we check the game, like in the end with the K15, like with this sequence by Sinan, suddenly like the Agi is almost non-existent, so it's pretty nice for because like maybe like if he tries just to go out now, he can just capture, and then after that white can easily connect with his group.
Okay.
So that's why I think like it's, as I said in the game, it's really important to be strong in the middle. So that's why for me, for sure the best scenario is just to play solid here, and then now it's really I think even like white has to add a move now, and then now you can maybe now actually it's a good timing to add a move like around here or something, or just like be a third corner.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's pretty much. But yeah, after that, I don't know why black also tried too hard with this. You should just play simple. I think like take points. Okay. Actually now if he does this, black has the 4 corners, and it's not like white got a very thick influence, because like the shape around P9 is pretty weak. There is still the edge in E15, so it's not like the influence is so big. Because like usually when black got so many points, it means like white has a big influence, but actually in that game it doesn't get such a big influence.
So actually black, how to say, black solved all white's problems in the center with his play on the top, right?
Yeah, because he let white connect all. So but even like even here, I think I would still try to ane and go out, like really to keep the edge alive. And I guess at some point like he really has to come back. And then after that, you can even try to put some pressure and to force white to connect. I mean, like the difference for me is huge.
Yes.
So like just playing this is way too slack. That's for sure.
Okay.
So for Sinan, for me that's a bad move. I mean, maybe locally it's the shape, because sometimes we see this kind of shape.
But usually this is usually we make this kind of shapes when we are reducing some potential from our opponent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, usually we do not make a moyo out of this kind of shapes.
Exactly.
So it was kind of tricky game.
Yeah, but really like this for me like the key point. And like if Sinan had lost the game, that would have been maybe one of the losing moves. Because it's a big direction mistake, that's for sure.
Okay, good.
And of course, like because as I said, like I think K17 is too close to the left side, so these stones should have been maybe more on here. So like Sinan should take advantage of this direction problem and just play this to punish. So but I think after that, like Sinan played his style. He was really good in the right and left in the center sequence to kill white. So just like the Fuseki was a little bit doubtful, but besides, it was a good game for white, I think.
Good. Then I think we can stop here, right?
Yep.
Great. Thank you very much for your time for review, and thank you all viewers for your time also. Then I'm stopping recording here. Bye bye. See you next time.
See you.